What is up guys, today we're going to be breaking down another LCS team fight between Fnatic and Roccat. Now this fight is a really good turnaround by Roccat, and the reason I wanted to show you it is because it shows you how making good decisions can let you make a comeback. No one in this fight pulls off anything amazing mechanically, it's just a series of very good decisions that lead to a team fight win. So I want to do something new, and once we broke down this team fight, I'm going to give you a couple of options as to who you think the MVP or star was in this team fight, and I want you to let me know in the comments below and see if you agree with me. So as always, I'm going to play the fight through in case you haven't seen it already, and then we'll go back and break it down. Now keep an eye on the Thresh Lantern at the start, how Orianna gets split, and then the re-engage with her ultimate later on.
Are you going to get in there? Whoa, Flash Timbers coming in up towards Jankos. Whoa! Lantern taken from Jankos to get away from the Super Mega Death Rocket, and Soaz is going to fall, and that is the beastly tank. Roccat might like to go after this one now. Skyfall going to come in. Can they catch anyone? Oh, at the moment, Overpower gets shocked, stunned as he comes down, but they still continue to chase. Flash from Zazas gets the slow onto three of them. Have they got the damage and chase to follow this one up? There is Bandit getting in there. Well, there's the shockwave from the side. Are they turning this one around? They get one of them. Overpower's going to fall as well, but it now leaves Peke with Jankos coming in as well. The hook misses. Peke's still alive and still doing masses of damage to his opponents. Will he be able to finish off though? There's the command protect. Speeds himself up as well, and Peke is on the run at this point. You can't imagine that he'll get away from Zazas. Not now, as the hook comes in, but he's still on.
This game is pretty even, with Fnatic only having a small gold lead, but they do have the Baron buff right now, which is why Roccat are playing so defensively. So this fight starts with a Flash Annie ultimate onto Gragas, and he's a target for a couple of reasons. So number one, they have a ward right here, and so they can see him standing off to the side. Number two, which kind of ties into this, that he's standing away from the turret and his team. Number three, Trundle got poked down during the last wave and has to run back to base to heal, so it's harder for Roccat to counter engage. And finally, number four, he's built pure glass cannon this game, so even though he's a jungler, he actually split the mid farm with Pantheon, so he's still a major threat. The reason this gets turned around though is because of a Thresh Lantern at the last second, which allows Gragas to avoid the Jinx ult that would have killed him. Now this is where Fnatic make a mistake, and it's kind of unfortunate too. Now Mundo assumed Gragas was dead, and so he's walked forward to zone the rest of Roccat from the tower, but because he didn't die, it gives him the confidence to re-engage. Thresh lands a hook onto Mundo, which is followed by Trundle's ultimate and then a Gragas Q&R afterwards. Now Trundle's ultimate steals Mundo's resistances, meaning that he's actually much easier to kill, and Roccat did a good job of waiting until the ultimate had been used before bursting him. The final thing I want to point out is the pillar right here, which zones the rest of Fnatic from coming in. Trundle could have used it to pin Mundo further in, which is probably the normal play, but by doing it this way, it means that Fnatic have no way of re-engaging with an Orianna ultimate because she can't get in range. Once Mundo is dead, this gives Roccat the confidence to jump right in with Pantheon using his ultimate right where Fnatic have to run to escape. Now I'm going to pause this here because this is another really important part of the fight. So Orianna right now is split from her team because she tried to dodge the ultimate, and you'll also see that when I unpause this, the Thresh launches a hook at her and forces her to flash even further away. Now Jinx has had to flash backwards to avoid the Pantheon ultimate as well, and now that Fnatic are split, it means they have no choice but to run away. Now Gragas did have to go and heal because of the first fight, but because Orianna is on the left hand side now, this makes it a 4v3 for Roccat, and remember that Jinx and Annie have no ultimate, so it's hard for them to turn and do anything. I'm going to roll this again, and you'll see Trundle flashes to use his pillar to slow everyone, which allows them to catch up, and it also forces Lee Sin's flash. This is the final part of the fight that I really want to break down. So Jinx is the real threat on Fnatic right now because neither team has any burst damage left, which means that both teams are going to be trading sustained damage, and no one really beats Jinx when it comes to a long fight. Now Thresh flayed Jinx back, Caitlyn has just flashed forward to attack her, and you can also see Pantheon has jumped right onto her face. Now this Caitlyn flash actually turns out to be really bad because Orianna comes from the side, something that she probably should have expected, but in the heat of the moment it'd be really hard to remember that she's going to come from that side. Now in hindsight, it would have been much better if she had flash what I'm showing you now instead, because she still would have been able to attack Jinx, but she wouldn't be in range for the Orianna ultimate. Now Orianna actually makes a really good play here, even though it may not seem like it. Her ultimate catches both of them here, and it results in Pantheon and Caitlyn dying. Now if she doesn't come in here, then Roccat would have won this fight without anyone dying, and definitely would have got the open mid inhibitor. The final thing I really want to point out is why Roccat engaged the second fight when they would have known that Orianna would loop back around. Even though Fnatic loses fight, right now it actually doesn't look that bad. Orianna is pretty fed and she can probably kill Trundle and Thresh by herself to make the whole fight even, but it doesn't work out that way because Gragas is on his way back. Now Gragas has a lot of damage, he's at full health and it gives them what they need to make this a 4-for-2. As I said at the start, this fight is really just a series of good decisions and team play and really proves that you don't need to have amazing mechanics or pull off flashy plays to win a team fight. So now I broke it down, it's time for you to choose who you think was the MVP or star in this team fight. Now was it Thresh with the Lantern, the hook onto Mundo forcing Orianna's flash and the flay on Jinx? Was it Orianna's re-engage to kill 2 people and make it somewhat even for Fnatic? Was it Trundle's ultimate onto Mundo that let him be really squishy and be killed? His pillar to keep Fnatic away in the first fight and then his pillar to catch them in the second fight? Or was it Pantheon's ultimate to engage with his massive balls and his flash to kill Jinx and Lee Sin afterwards? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and it may even be someone else that I didn't list here. I'll put my answer below at the top of the comments so you can see if you guys agree with me. Now thanks for watching, please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.